Do you feel so over losing? You are like, when is going to be my time to win? You're sick and tired of working to get out of your circumstances. You're sick and tired of doing everything that you feel like you need to do. However, you're still losing. When is it going to be your turn? You ask yourself so many times, when am I going to be the one to win at this game that I'm playing, at this life that I'm working to create? I've been there. I asked myself that question so many times. And so, what I want you to get from this video today is how you can go from feeling like a loser to a winner so that you can actually go from being a loser to a winner in this life that you are working to create, your dream life, your dream self. All right. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Cleopatra. I am a confidence coach. And if you like content like this, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, the first way that you are going to get out of this mindset of being a loser so that you can actually start winning in life is number one, surrender. Surrender to the natural process of seasons. So, what I mean by this is there are four seasons, right? We know how these seasons work. For spring, this is a season of new life. For summer, it is very much just living. I don't know what that season for, but for fall, it is really like harvest season, really planting seeds. And winter is the season of like hibernation and continuing to plant those seeds. And hopefully that in spring, life happens. So this works the same way in our lives. And so for me, when I feel like I'm in a losing season, I have to remind myself that this is a season. So there are going to be seasons where I am, planting more seeds. I am working a little bit more. However, there is going to be a time when I soon will reap the benefits. Well, one of the things that reminds me of this is this verse that says, "Don't grow weary in doing good works, because in due time you will reap." That is a good reminder to you that you're actually not losing. You're not losing if you are putting out good things. If you are working towards a goal in your life and you are constantly planting seeds and you are pouring into your, like, using your time to do whatever good work that is, whether it's growing business, whether that is impacting others, or whether it is doing good work for yourself, like improving your health, improving your body, improving your mindset. That is good work that you are pouring into yourself, and if you are doing it externally as well. So don't grow weary in doing good work, because in due time will you will reap everything that you are put it in. So remind yourself that these are seasons. These are seasons, and seasons are meant to happen, but there is going to be a season when you blossom, when you truly begin winning. This is more of an internal mindset shift that you have to go through so that you're not in constant negative energy, you're not in constant panic or worry or frustration. This is just that internal mindset shift to remind yourself and surrender to the fact that these are seasons. You've been through seasons when you were losing, and you've also been through seasons when you were winning. So this is just a season. You will soon win. All right. So number two, how you can go from feeling like a loser to a winner in an instant. So, my favorite thing to do is act as if. So, what would your winner self be doing right now? Sometimes, yes, when you are going through things, it can feel impossible to act like the person that you want to be, or to act like you have the dream business that you desire for yourself to have. However, when you are in a place of you're focusing on the things that's not working out for you, you're losing, you feel like a loser, when you're in that energetic field, when you're embodying that person who is losing, you will more than likely stay being that person who is losing. Versus when you decide to act as if, again, this is an internal mindset shift. So you can be not technically losing, you can be in the place where you don't desire to be right now, right? You cannot be feeling good. But if you think to yourself, okay, if I had everything that I truly desire to have right now, if I had my dream business, if I had my dream clients, if I had my dream customers, if I had my dream body right now, what is it that I would be doing right now? What is it that I will be doing? How would I be feeling? How would I be acting? What words would I be speaking? How would I be dressing? And when you think about that, then you can get yourself to become that person. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel challenging. It's going to feel like you're faking. It's going to feel very imposter. However, when you do that, you are actually tricking yourself to one, get out of the mindset. You're tricking yourself to believe that you're winning, even though maybe you're not in this moment. But when you begin to put yourself in the process of acting as if, you are going to begin to get more in that mindset of, okay, I'm a winner. I got this. You're going to remind yourself that you are a winner. You are a winner with limitless potential, right? You are not limited. You are limitless. And so when you get into the mindset of acting as if the person that you are a winner, then you are reminding yourself that this is who I am. I am not what I'm feeling right now. This is who I am. Because those things, focusing on the circumstances, what we see right now with the physical eye, it is really just a distraction. It is a distraction that can truly break your focus on where you are truly desiring to go in your life. Again, if it's a business, if it's your dream body, wherever you are truly desiring to go in your life, it is a distraction. Okay, so number 3 is decide. Make a decision today that you are done. You are done losing. Losing is no longer an option. It is no longer an option. When you decide something, decide means to cut. And so when you decide something, you are cutting off the option of even being a loser. You are cutting off the option of even going back to the place where you don't want to go, where your business isn't working, where your dream self isn't there. When you make that decision, there's no going back. Yes, you can change your mind. We all have free will. However, when you decide, like, nope, I am no longer losing, I am done. When you decide, you instantly step into a winner's mindset, because winners see the potential in themselves. Winners know that they're not losers. Yes, they might make mistakes. Yes, they might fail in some things, but they know that they're done losing. That is what winners do. Winners already have their winner's cap on, and they know that there's no turning back. There's no other option. I am a winner. So decide today that you are done losing. Get out of your losing season. You can decide that I am done. I'm done. Winning from here on is the only option. And if I fail, I learned something. I'm going to pick myself back up and I'm going to keep going, because that's what winners do. Okay, so number 4, how to get from out of feeling like a loser to actually entering into a winner's mindset is stop trying harder. This is something that I've learned, I would say, within the past year, is that trying harder is not the answer. Whatever it is that you feel like you are losing in, you may be doing everything that you can. You may be pushing yourself. You may be staying up for hours on end, and you're like thinking, I'm doing so much hard work. Why is this not working? Stop trying harder. Hard work alone is never the answer. There is always a way that you can make things easier for yourself. There's always a way where you can just simplify things in your life. There's always an easier way. So if you watch a few of my videos, you know that I'm very much into quantum leaping. And quantum leaping is really all about being able to transform your life, to jump to a new reality in a less complicated way, in an easier way, in a way that most people don't take notice of because we're so used to doing everything the hard way that we overlook the easier path. We overlook the easier path because that's just what we've been trained to do, right? We've been trained to go step by step by step by step. We've been trained to believe that hard work is the answer, that hard work is the only way to get to your goal. But that is not the case. Hard work can absolutely build resilience in people. It can absolutely build things within yourself. However, hard work is not the answer. Getting things in life in an easy way is absolutely possible. So stop trying harder. I want you to look for an easier path. What is an easier path for you to win at the goal that you are working to have? What is an easier way? There's always an easier way. Sometimes it's not about working smarter. Working harder is about working smarter. And working smarter is really taking the time to listen to your intuition, to look at the things, to stop and analyze the things that is not working, and to, because sometimes we keep doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting a different result, which again, which is the definition of insanity. So, a different path, right? Working harder. There's so many people who work hard in life and they're losing, right? There's so many people who's working hard in life. Working hard, trying harder is not the answer, okay? And this is a mindset shift that you have to take, that to tell yourself that, I don't have to keep working as hard. I can win in an easier way. This is available to me. So it's breaking down the mindset shift. It's breaking down that internal belief that things have to be hard for you. It does not have to be hard for you. Things can happen in an easier way for you. And this goes into my next point, which honestly, I probably would put together a little bit, but quit was not working for you. I already said this. Sometimes we're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. However, this is something that helps me find success in things that I do, and that is being a person who knows how to pivot. You have to learn how to pivot. Pivoting doesn't mean quit. Yes, quit something that is not working. Quitting does not mean that you are failing at something. If it's something that's not working out for you, then there's a new way, right? There's a different way. We're always scared of that change. We're always scared to try something different, but you have to learn how to pivot. Winners, they pivot. They know when something is no longer working, especially when you tried it more than a few times and you're like, this is not working out for me. This doesn't feel good anymore. So let me pivot and try something different. This doesn't mean that you quit on what it is that you are working to achieve. You don't quit on yourself, right? You do not quit on yourself, but quit was not working. So this is what's making it hard. When you are continuously doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's not working, then you are beating yourself. You're causing so much internal hardship for no reason. So become an analytical person. Study yourself. Study what's not working for you, what doesn't feel good for you, what's not working for what you are looking to achieve. Again, if this is in a business, like what is not working? If you're an entrepreneur, what is not working out for yourself? Why is this not working? Become a person that pivots. Become a person that analyzes. Sometimes we have to slow down and stop working harder, and sometimes just slow down to look at the big picture. Look at the big picture, and always you're working in it. Sometimes you just got to work on it, and that means taking time to analyze yourself, analyze what you're doing, analyze the progress, because there's always answers in analyzing. This is why people, if you're building a YouTube channel, if you are trying to grow on social media, they always say study your analytics, because there's answers in those analytics. If you become a person that analyze, there's always some form of analytics that you can see, but you just have to take time to slow down. That's what winners do. They take time to slow down, to analyze their progress, to make sure that this is actually the right path. This is actually working best for me. And if it's not, let me go ahead and quit doing this and do something different. Let me pivot. Okay. So the next way to get out of your losing season and get right into that winner season, get into that winner's mindset, is learning how to master your emotions and stay committed to you. So, what I mean by this, we as women, we are very emotional beings, but our emotions are what is probably one of the biggest distractions that slows down our progress, that stops us from winning in a way that we want to win. How this happens is because when we see signs of hardship, when we see signs of this isn't working for me, we go back to that emotional spiral, or that emotional spiral of, oh my gosh, like this is not working for me. What's wrong with me? Why is this happening to me? It must be me, 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 me. And we become angry, we become frustrated, which those feelings are very much valid, right? It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be angry because you have been in a season of losing. It's okay because you desire this, and you see it in other people. You know that is possible. So those feelings are valid. But when we get into those emotions, it is a distraction because it slows down our progress and it blocks our vision. So it blocks our vision from the goodness that we know is near to come. Right. So what I said about not growing weary of doing good work, that is really about, not getting emotional, not allowing your emotions to get in the way of the path that you have in front of you, because the path that you have in front of you is a great path, is a good path that is for you. Maybe is a little cloudy, right? Because the paths go here and it goes up and it goes down, it goes this and it goes all types of ways. And so it kind of blurs our vision a little bit, but when it blurs our vision, our emotions can get the best of us. But I'm here to tell you that emotions, when it's not managed in a great way, it is very much a distraction. So, what I found that works best for me is, instead of focusing on the emotional part, just focus on being committed to myself. So, committed to making myself feel really good. What I mean by this, if you are feeling frustrated, if you are feeling angry because you are not in the place where you want to be, those feelings are valid. I want you to remind yourself that this is a distraction, but what are you committed to? One, what I like to do is say, you know what? These are my commitments. I am committed to making myself feel good. And I know that doing this is going to make me feel good. This goal that I have in mind is something that I am committed to, regardless of my emotions. So I need to focus on doing the activities again, getting back into acting as if when those emotions get in the way. Getting back to acting as if is a process of being committed to that goal, being committed to yourself. I love commitment, being committed to yourself, being committed to your goal over, let's say, productivity and all of that stuff. Because listen, we're women, we go through things. We're never going to be this super strict following time by time. That's just not how we work. Right. And I was that person. I would beat myself up all the time and blaming myself for when I'm super tired or when I'm just not in a mood. Those things happen and those can get in the way, and that's okay. But it's really about being committed to yourself. So when you are going through these emotional feelings, cry, release that emotion. We always like to keep our emotions inside, but when we release them, we can get back to being committed. We can get back to acting as if. Acting as if is the way, but releasing those emotions, cry, scream, do whatever you need to do to get that distraction out of the way. Because winning is the only option. It's the only option. So, the next way to get out of your losing season is to make time for your business, time for pouring into yourself, a non negotiable. This goes back into a little bit about being committed to yourself. Make creation time a non negotiable. To me, as an entrepreneur, what I like to tell myself is respect my business time as much as I respect the people that I work for time, right? Because it is so easy when you say, I'm going to work for my business, I'm going to work from 12 to 4, or I'm going to work from 5 to 9 in the morning. What happens is that, we get hungry and we take a call and we do all of these things, but we wouldn't do that if we were working for somebody, right? We wouldn't go cook a whole meal when we know we have to be to work in 10 minutes. No, we would just grab a granola bar and keep it pushing. So why can't we do that for ourselves when we are working on our business, when we are working towards our goal, right? We have to have dedicated time and make it a non-negotiable. When you do this, you are going to see results. A lot of times why we don't see results is because our focus is caught up. Our focus is not there. There's this concept of deep work where it's like for 2 to 3 hours, for 4 to 6 hours, for 2 to 4 hours, or for even 1 hour a day. Do whatever you need to do to get to your goal without breaking focus. So putting your phone on do not disturb, honoring that boundary is what's going to take you out of a losing season. Sometimes we look up and we're like, oh my gosh, why am I not further along? Why am I not further along? And it's because of that simple distraction that we tend to overlook because it doesn't feel like a big deal until we realize I could be so much further. I can actually be winning and not be in the circumstances that I'm in right now. My business could be so much further. I can be so much further. So making your business time, making your creation time, making pouring into yourself time a non-negotiable. But do whatever works best for you, but make it a non-negotiable. To make it a non-negotiable. That is a huge part of taking you out of a losing season and putting you into a winner season. This is how winners, like athletes who are, the most popular athletes, where you always hear about these basketball players or Beyonce, right? They make time to really pour into their creation, to pour into their skill set, to pour into learning and performing at a higher peak. They make dedicated time to get to their season of their life where they are winning, where winning is the only option. You don't see them lose anymore because they've gotten so good. They poured so much time into what they needed to do. They made that time a non-negotiable. So respect yourself, right? Be committed to yourself. This is how you're going to build confidence in your future because you're going to be able to begin to trust yourself when you're honoring those commitments and making things a non-negotiable and having those boundaries with yourself. And so the next way to get out of your losing season and get into your winner season, your winner's mindset, to go from feeling like a loser to winner, to actually be winning in life is to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is one of the most important things that you can do. You will always be your best investment. You are always your best investment. So, when I say invest in yourself, I mean things like this: reading books. Reading books, there's so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge from so many people who are winning in life that they're just putting in this book, and all we have to do is buy the book for like what, 15 to 14 $20 or even less. These books are available to you. Another one is investing in your inner work. The more you do inner work, the more you do shadow work, the more you pour into your confidence, pour into your self love, the more you are going to begin seeing a reflection externally of the transformation that is happening internally. A lot of times when we are losing externally, not all the time, because there can still be tough seasons even when you feel good about yourself inside. However, sometimes, a lot of times, what's going on externally is a reflection of what's happening internally. So investing in that inner work, this is one of the best things that you can do. Study, become a student of yourself, becoming a student again of things that are not working out. This is one of the best investments that you can do for yourself. This is why I highly recommend therapy. I highly recommend coaching, highly recommend books, highly recommend courses. There are so many different levels of things that you can invest in to get yourself from one place to the next place. This is what investing in yourself is all about, taking you from A to B. This is why I became a coach, because I want to help people get from A to B. I love helping people put themselves in a position to invest in themselves. So invest in yourself. You will always be your number one investment. You will always be your best investment, and you will never regret it. All right. The last way to get out of your losing season and to get in your winning season is, I want you to dig a little deep. This could have worked with a little bit of the analyzing, but you know, there is something in you. There is something in you that is keeping you from winning. There is something that you are not doing. There's something that you're not doing, and you're not doing it out of fear. And your job is to figure it out. So, to give you an example about what I mean, this is way before I started really creating content. I had a reselling business where I was selling clothes on eBay and I was selling clothes on Poshmark, and I was doing that for about 3 years. And on Instagram, this was a very large community of resellers. And so my sales were good, right? I was making decent money, but I knew that I can make so much more. And I would see people who was making so much more, right? Because this was such a large open community that we would constantly, we would post the clothes or the items that we were selling. We would share information. We would show how much money we brought in. Like, it was just such a exciting community. This is when Girl Boss came out. I don't know if you've seen that movie on Netflix, but this was such a, like, just a popular thing to get into. And I got into it when it was getting popular. So what I noticed that separated me from the people that was selling was this. I would take pictures of my clothes and maybe I'll post it as just a picture. They were doing videos, they were doing lives, they were creating YouTube channels, they were creating videos on Instagram. And these were the people who was making the most money, because they were building their personal brand. They was creating content consistently. And for me, I would be thinking to myself, ooh, I really want to do that, but like, I don't know what to say. I'm just nervous. Like, I don't want to put myself out there. But I knew deep down inside that can take me from being just an average, mediocre reseller to a reseller who is actually selling more clothes, because I have this personal brand that people are drawn to, that now people want to buy from me just because it's me. But I didn't do it. And so that was something I knew, and I wasn't doing it out of fear. But I knew that deep down inside. And so that's what I mean by sometimes things can be easier for you. There's always an easier way. And actually, this is something that I'm teaching in my course, Impact and Attract, which is about being a person of impact, right? Building your brand, teaching people things, using your voice, and using that to impact others, and at the same time being in a position to attract things more easy, attract things with ease. Because again, I'm so big on things get to be easier for us. We don't have to do things the hard way. What I want you to do is to figure out, you don't even have to really think too much about it. You already know deep down inside there is something that you are not doing out of fear that is keeping you in a losing state. That once you start doing it, you know that you can start winning, maybe because you've seen other people doing it, but this one thing is stopping you. There's something that you're not doing, and your job is to figure it out. All right. So, ladies, if you like content like this and you never want to miss a video, then I would recommend that you join my newsletter. The link will be in the description box. In this newsletter, you will be the first to know everything. You'll be the first to know when a new episode come out. You'll be the first to know when new coaching or courses offers come out, any special deals and events that I have planned. And when you join the newsletter, you also have the opportunity to become part of my online membership, which is for women who are ready to just be fully confident in themselves, to be thriving in their life, in their business, and to be living a life of ease, attracting that life of ease. So if this is you, then go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. For coaching and courses, all you have to do is go to cleopatrawilliams.com. The link is also in the description box. All right. And so until next time, ladies, bye.